Celebrating its 50th anniversary this year, in 2020, Machinex was the first company in Canada to design machinery for material recovery facilities. Today, Machinex is a world leader in the industry, developing cutting-edge sorting, waste management, and recycling technology. Over the years, Machinex experts have designed and installed hundreds of turnkey facilities in partnership with leading MRFs in Canada, the United States, Europe, and Oceania. The company has paved an inspirational journey, always with a vision towards the future, influenced by its mission statement, Design Solutions for a Sustainable Tomorrow. Come along as we take a trip through the history of Machinex. Founded in 1970 in Plessisville, Quebec by Mr. Germain Massicotte, Machinex initially offered machining services, parts, and equipment manufacturing for industrial and agricultural clienteles. In 1980, the company began to offer engineering services, project studies, equipment manufacturing, and installation, still within the industrial and agricultural sectors. In 1983, Mr. Pierre Paré joined the company as a sales engineer and became a co-shareholder in 1989. In 1985, Machinex entered the recycling industry by delivering its first sorting facility in Victoriaville, Quebec. This was a turning point for Machinex, as in 1989, the company decided to devote its activities entirely to the recycling industry. This decision came from the vision of the new shareholders that Pierre Paré was part of. The 90s brought a complete transition and focus towards the waste and recycling industry. In 1990, Machinex was awarded the contract to supply the equipment into the first material recovery facility for curbside recycling in Canada. The pulp and paper recycling industry also emerged as an important sector for Machinex. The company was awarded several large contracts for pulper feed conveyors. During this time, Machinex experienced significant growth in Canada, and in order to better service clients in Ontario, the company opened Machinex Recycling Services Inc., a sales and service office in Toronto in 1995. Later, in the 2000s, another branch was opened in Vancouver to expand its presence across the country. Also in the early 90s, Machinex won its first contracts in the United States, which led to create Machinex Technologies Inc., a U.S. division that would open in Chicago in 1996. The sales office in the United States is now relocated to High Point, North Carolina. In 1997, Machinex began to develop its series of Mac disc separators, including the Mac OCC, the Mac 1, the finishing screen, the fine screen, and trommels. The 2000s was especially fruitful for the marketing of equipment as demand for automated sorting increased. This decade was an important milestone for the company, as Machinex positioned itself as one of the industry leaders in North America by building several large-scale sorting centers with state-of-the-art equipment. In the early 2000s, Machinex developed the French market, where it sold separators to local equipment manufacturers. The demand was so significant that the company sold as many separators in France as it did throughout North America. Towards the end of the decade, in 2009, Machinex opened its UK division when it won its first contract for a large-scale sorting center in London, UK. Immediately afterwards, another project was sold in the UK, which would prove to be the largest ever in terms of annual tonnage for Machinex. Machinex's international development continued with the signing in 2010 of its first contract in Australia through its local partner, RDT. The 2010s also brought more innovation and development aimed at increased automation. Throughout the decade, Machinex continued to develop its baler line, introduced the Mac Ballistic, the Mac High-Spec Optical Sorter, and finally, the Samurai Sorting Robot, which opened the door for the MRF of the future. As we entered the 2010s, Machinex expanded into even more markets and built its first mixed waste processing systems as well as waste-to-energy facilities in the UK. Over the years, one of the keys to success for Machinex has been offering clients a one-stop shop for all their sorting equipment needs. Today, the company continues to pursue its primary vocation, which is to deliver high-performance, turnkey material recovery facilities. Machinex's DNA was built primarily around the vision of its current CEO, Pierre Paré. He has always had the customer at the heart of his priorities, and this is what has made the company grow and lead it to the success it enjoys today.
When Machinex get involved with a project, first thing we want to do is to develop a partnership with our clients. What we want is to find the best MRF solution for our clients. We want to design a sorting system that is the best application for our client.
That was Pierre's vision in the late 90s, and it still holds true today. Machinex recognizes the strength of its employees, dedicated to its clients' projects from start to finish, offering them a unique experience. The Machinex team is made up of pillars of experience who have acquired a great deal of expertise, as well as young enthusiasts who are committed to the success of the company. In fact, Machinex has more than 25 employees with over 20 years of working experience at Machinex, and one of them is celebrating their 50th anniversary within the company. Over the years, Machinex has built lasting partnerships with long-term clients.